Hey guys. Hey Shan. What is up?
Hello.
Hello. I'm just gonna clean my camera because I feel like it's a bit fuzzy. Just one sec.
Yeah, all good. Hopefully mine's good. I'm just try to
I did a live
get rid of
last
the
week. My
comments.
husband was like, your camera looked greasy.
That was mine too a couple weeks ago. Mine was so blurry and no one told me until after. And I'm like, oh my God. So the whole time you just couldn't even see my face.
I know afterwards I was like looking at everyone else's live because it was a few of us on there and I was like, that looked so shitty. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us, Kayla. For those of you who do not know, Miss Kayla, she is the Bombshell Stylist who has provided me with this lovely hair, which we're going to talk all about this evening and give you all the tips and tricks of how you guys can do this and save yourself tons of time of doing your hair, especially if you have to do stuff like social media or just have your hair looking fabulous and you don't have 2 seconds to do it, which is most of us. Am I right?
Like right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Michelle. Okay, so let's just get started. Kayla, can you please introduce yourself and yeah, just tell us a bit about you and your business.
Yeah, I can. So obviously, my name is Kayla. I live actually in Leduc. If anyone's on here from Edmonton or Calgary, I'm in a small town, Leduc. It is the middle of my town. And I now have my own salon, which I've had for 2.5 years now. And I do chair rental there, and I have an amazing girl to work with. And a couple of years ago, I launched my wig company, and then recently, I did like because I started out with fat wigs, just kind of like, it's not like an every wear, just whatever. But then I started getting more with really bad hair loss issues, alopecia, cancer treatments, chemo, or, just losing hair in general and not knowing why, right? So
Yeah.
I did some homework and I found some good hair that women can wear every single day. It doesn't have to necessarily, just you're losing your hair. It could just be because, like you and I right now, it's just like we need to just whip it on,
Yeah.
or just go out, because sometimes our hair just needs a break. And anyone on here who has bleached hair multiple times or tried to get it from dark to light, it does multiple treatments, and the wigs are just sometimes just so much faster and saves your hair.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, to the people who are listening right now, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear Kayla. You were breaking up a little bit on me, and I just want to, if you guys could give me a thumbs up just to make sure that the connection is good. It might be on my end.
It
But
could be
can you guys,
my house.
what's that, Kayla?
My house is the worst for that sometimes. So after I can go upstairs, because sometimes it sucks in my house.
Yeah, maybe go upstairs. I don't know if anybody was having that sort of in and out connection, but it was a little bit like that for me. So just to make sure everybody can hear, that'd be awesome.
Okay, I'm going to go upstairs in my house because it might be a little bit easier for everybody to hear me instead of
you're not out on me now, so that's awesome.
Okay, cool. Stay out there, bud. Okay, better? Everyone can hear me up here?
I think so. It's good for me, so hopefully it's good for everybody else too.
Okay, cool. Good to go. So I'm not sure if everyone missed that, but I'll repeat everything. Kayla,
oh yeah,
salon.
We just got it better now. That's perfect. Thank you.
Good. Awesome. My little one's gonna join me, I guess. Say hi, Emmett.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. Okay, so give us the quick Coles notes again, just in case it was a little too broken up for everybody.
Okay, so if like everybody who's joining now, let's go over how I relaunched the company, and I work more where that they could actually day. Whereas when I started my company before years ago, I did more fashion, and I just found for my clients that wanted to wear the wigs every day The fashion wigs just aren't enough. These wash them in, wear them every single day. The longevity is going to be there. And I feel like if you're going to spend, better to spend like.
Yeah, 100%. So I think one of the things that everybody is always so taken aback by when I wear this is that they cannot believe this is not my hair. And so let me break it down for you guys, like how this came to be and how Kayla actually made this for me and why it looks so good and why literally every time I tell somebody this is a wig, they're flabbergasted. So Kayla and I did some FaceTiming, and I had seen her through some of my other friends that she had made wigs for, and I was like, oh my God, I need this. And so what she did was she took some pictures of different wig styles that she had or could get. We agreed on the right like style, and then she actually custom colored it for me. So in a second, I will take this off so you guys can see how this looks with and then without my hair and how easy it is to get on. So there's certainly a couple ways that you can wear this. I know, Kayla, the one that you have is actually not your own hair coming through, where like this is my real hair. Hey, Shay. And so I think one of the most amazing things that I love about this is like pulling your real hair out, because it's so difficult to see the difference between what the wig is and then what you actually grow, which is like, I don't know, that's all of that in a bag of chips when it comes to this, because I think it's just, it's easy. Nobody knows. It doesn't look like a wig. And that's, I think, what most girls are after. Would you agree?
Totally. It doesn't even look like a wig. I didn't even know that you were wearing it.
100%. So
if I'm going to put it on.
Exactly. So should I take this off right now, Kayla, and show everybody?
With it off.
Okay. You're also breaking up again. So go move around, girl. Go move around.
My house is the worst. Okay. Tell me when you guys can hear.
Like walking up your stairs, it was really good, which is weird, but it seemed like you were not breaking up then.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go sit on my stairs.
Okay. That's even good right there.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just tell you if it breaks up, we'll move again. Because I'm in my bathroom, so who cares? Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you. This is the wig part, okay? So I don't know if this is how the Kardashians are wearing wigs these days, but this like goes into my part here. So this whole thing basically lines up. And there are some little clips in here that you don't necessarily need to clip, but I feel like it gives the wig just like that stability to hold it on your head. And you can literally feel comfortable that it's not like slipping or moving, but I'll just show you. So these are the clips that I'm talking about, okay? And then this is what you're seeing. This is the lace front, which is going like a little bit ways back in my part. So yeah, I'll take my hair out just to show you guys. I just had it in a braid, and I tuck that, I can tuck that back, and I just tuck it up into the wig. And there's enough room in the back here that it's super comfortable. You don't feel like you're wearing anything, and truly like seamless, perfect crime ever. So Kayla, tell us more about like how people get these. What is the process that people could get something like this for themselves?
So I do have my online store now, which is live. There's a link in my bio, and there's a couple different options in the link tree that you can, you know, shop now, information. And on my shop page, if there's something that you don't see, you know, or size on there that you're like, oh, I know I'm a small, or I know I'm a large or medium, I can always check my stock to see. There is also like a customization option on my store. So you can always email me through that as well if you don't want to email me through Instagram. And we can actually do what we did with Jody, and we can completely customize you your own wig if there's something you don't want to see, or if there's like maybe 2 or 3 wigs on there that you're like, I like the root on this one, I like the blonde on this one, and I like the cut on this one, then we can kind of combined all of those three. And that's what you and I did, is we kind of meshed a couple of them together.
Yeah. And just for those of you guys who are tuning in, Kayla is so remarkable and her customer service is incredible. We literally FaceTime and she'd be like, okay, do this. And then I colored my hair and she's like, okay, I'll change it to this. But you can make it whatever you want. Like, and I think changing the root of like the wig to blend into this for me is the ticket. Cause I think I'm not always this color, but when my hair, when I darken it a little bit, I can low light that wig because it's real hair to then make it look more like if my hair is dark. So I think the investment that you put into doing something like this has a ton of longevity, and that all your wigs are real hair, right, Kayla?
100%. It's all European or Brazilian hair. So it's very top quality hair, and you can definitely feel the difference in them. You can highlight, like you can bleach them. We don't recommend going crazy with it, but obviously when I do any lifting, even on my wigs, I do like multiple treatments on them so that they stay, you know, just as good as they came.
Yeah. I just want to show you guys too, because I thought this was really cool. And I think, like I've had a lot of questions since I was talking about you and I doing this today. So this mesh, you know how I'm seeing a lot on Instagram that this mesh, like it kind of comes down on your forehead. Can you just explain to everybody, like, are you supposed to wear that mesh on your head? Do you cut it? Like, what do you do?
I'm trying to think if I posted that reel or not. I don't know. So I do have a video about it, but so when you get a wig from any company, and when I first got mine years ago, like 7 years ago, when I first started wearing wigs, I was like, what is this? Like, what do I do with this? And so when you get, especially some that's like this much and you're wondering what to do, you actually cut it off. They have that on there for like certain purposes. So say if somebody had maybe like a bigger forehead, or they had no hair and they actually wanted that extra lace to melt it, meaning like glue it on, tape it on.
Like glue it on your forehead?
Yeah, so like gluing it on top here in case, like, you know, some people don't have a lot of hair in the front, they can't clip it down. So some people actually like to leave maybe like an inch of that lace, and they'll blend it in with like makeup or foundation, and then they glue it on with like got to be hairspray is probably one of the most common one that women will use. I don't like tape. I find that when I used tape, it didn't really work. But for me and for you, like we cut that right to like the brim. This wig's actually way too small for me, but I make it work.
So the one that you have on right now is your hair is not out like how my hair was out. It's like right to your forehead, right?
Yeah. Mine's right to my forehead. So I put a wig cap on and you can actually see underneath that it's hiding. Some of my natural hair, sometimes what I will do, just regardless of what color of wig that I am wearing, I'll still bring out some of my baby hair because it just looks like natural hair coming out or growing. So if you don't want to add baby hairs to your wig, right?
How do people figure out what style of wig to buy? Because before I did this with you, I was like, well, how am I supposed to decide? There's like got to be 1,000 styles. Like, do they need to come to see you to try them on? Like, what's the process for people who want to get a wig?
So if people are local, like I have had people come from like driving 5 hours away, 6 hours away. I've had people, you know, just local from Calgary, especially. I see actually almost one every single weekend, or at least once a week. If they are far away, you guys don't even live here, what we do is I jump on a Zoom call with them, and then preferably when I'm at my salon so that I can kind of walk them through everything. Because I know when you're measuring for a wig, it can be really discouraging and you're like, I don't really know. On my website, there is also like a how to measure. But one thing people need to keep in mind that when you are trying to fit yourself for a wig, and for you, for instance, like you still have quite a bit of hair that you need to tuck underneath that cap. So sometimes it is better to go a little bit bigger than too small.
But you can customize this, because remember when you and I were first talking, I was like, oh my God, do I get a small? Do I get a medium? And your suggestion was go a bit bigger because you can customize them and make them tighter. And I think as we all have experienced, getting something too tight on your head is awful. It's like the insta headache. So I would 100% be on board. It's just like, just if you're not sure, just go up a little bit, because once you do get your hair into that, it's certainly nice to just have that little bit of room and not feel like you've just got this super tight cap on. And then the other thing I was going to show everybody was, oopsie, was this. So you also send some accessories. Tell us how to use this.
So that one I sent you, so there's different types of wig grips. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's really a comfort thing of what feels most comfortable for a person. I've had some women like the ones that you're holding, and then I've had some women like my actual silicone wig grip, which I don't have with me. It's at the salon. And the silicone wig grip, the silicone basically it will attach to the wig, just like even that one. It's a velvet one. It helps attach to the lace up at the top, and it will actually help hold your wig in place, especially if you don't have hair or if you don't want to wear a wig cap. Those help a lot by keeping the wig in place.
Is it silicone? This is silicone?
That one's the velvet one. So that one is just like
silicone. Is this thing silicone?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I have it at my salon, and I meant to bring it home, and I completely forgot, because that's what I do. And I'll post a picture. Actually, if you go on my website, they are on there for sale. And it's just like a headband, and it's silicone, and there's a bunch of like little bumps all over it and grips. I do also have a video somewhere on my page of me putting one on, and I was like flipping my head upside down, and it wasn't going anywhere. So
is that
a roller coaster,
Kayla?
Pardon?
Like, so do you use those clips if you have the silicone, or you don't need it then?
You don't really need to if you don't want to. It all just depends on security for you. Like if you're going out for like a heavy night out or something, I mean, the more security, the better. Yeah. But with the wig grip, you don't really need to clip it down, which is really nice.
Yeah, I know. It feels so secure on my head, but not hot, not uncomfortable. I kind of thought, I mean, my only comparisons were sort of to the Halloween wigs, which obviously are no comparison to these, but you know, you wear one of those wigs and you just can't wait to take it off, or it's itchy or it's hot and you're like kind of always moving your hands through it. Drives you nuts. You don't even feel this on. And I think what I did was Kayla sent it to me, and then I took it to my hairdresser, and she just trimmed it a little bit. Like she styled it. Kayla had cut like a little bit of curtain bangs, like sort of what I have going on here. And then just kind of added a bit, but I literally pull all this little front hair out, including this stuff here, because it just adds to it, and it is literally impossible to detect like my hair, wig hair. So it's amazing. But even if you were wanting to have a blonde hair, like blonde wig, and your hair is dark brown, you don't need to do what I did. You can do what Kayla's doing right now and have any color that you want.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I mean, I know a lot of my clients who they'll wear the wigs more so for like volume and length. They just want to give their hair a break. And again, like you can totally pull out the front of your hair if you want to. And I also do have the Upart wigs, which, you know, as I posted kind of today too on my story, is this whole top half is left out and the rest of it is a wig. So you can literally just have the top out and then everything else covered. So it just makes life so much easier, because some people who are like, oh, I'm scared of, you know, it looking wiggy, I'm scared I'm not going to be able to do it. It's really good to maybe even start out with like a Upart wig or something like that too, right? And even for you, you customized yours a little bit more by cutting some of it. And we did that on a Zoom.
Yes, I'll show you guys actually what I cut. So in the back, because I was kind of waffling between medium and small, Kayla had given me some really good tips. We just talked on Zoom or Instagram, and we trimmed some. So this is the back part of the wig, which goes here, obviously, and I trimmed some of that off. It was like super small, but it just made it a little bit shorter, fits my head better. And then the other thing that you can do too is trim out some of these side pieces. So
around the ear.
Yeah, around the ear. And Kayla just helped me. I was like, what do? I don't really know how to adjust this, but it essentially gives you that better fit around your ear, which I love. And you were just saying, like, actually, I just cut that off one of the sides because
I did.
My head is not the same shape. Yeah. And mine's that too. I'm thinking now I need to cut this one left side off because it's not fitting as good. So anyways, so many options, and you don't have to stress out or worry about having someone do it for you because Kayla will walk you through everything, and it's really easy.
Yeah, and that's like one of the basic things is that, you know, and I get people, you know, they might not have bought, say, like one of my wigs, and they're, you know, they'll message me, and I'm totally okay to help others, even if it's not mine, because I know how frustrating it is when you get a wig, you've spent, say, like $2,000 on it, and you're like, oh my God, it's way too big and I can't take it back. It's okay because no one's going to see what's under the hood. And it's not that like you spend all that money and now you have to cut it up and destroy it. But I think with every wig, you have to almost customize it a little bit more. Like I will wear my wigs almost for 2 months straight before I cut it, before I'm like, okay, it's sitting over my ear. Like this blonde one here, like I cut only the one side. And then for me, because of how my head is shaped, I repositioned the clips too, just because it was sitting on my ear. Oh, went behind. And so for me, that's what I did. And like I said too, I can pull off wearing a small, sometimes a medium or a large. If there's a wig that I am absolutely in love with and I can't get it into like a small or medium or whatever, I'll take that large and I will customize it and I will sew it in the inside. I'll move the clips around. Because if you guys seen the inside of this one, like you would probably poop bricks because it's all crazy in the inside because I bought it 7 years ago. And it's all hand sewn. And so it's amazing how much you can tweak a wig underneath to fit you exact without spending an additional $1,000 waiting 6 months for it to be completely custom to your head. Because your head changes, and if your hair comes back, it's always good to have a little bit of extra space in your wig so that you can put your hair underneath it.
Yeah, 100%. I think people sort of have this preconceived notion that you need to have something that's like 100% like fit properly to your head, where you don't. It's actually so easy to sort of work and customize it to your head afterwards. That's actually how it's probably done, even in, you know, the land of celebrities where people are wearing wigs so much now. So I absolutely love this because we literally can have this amazing hair without doing anything. And because when I work, I wear my hair in a ponytail every day, all day, and it doesn't tend to look stellar. And if I have something to go to or do afterwards, I literally throw this wig in my purse and put it on after work. It's like 2 seconds of like, oh my God, how'd you do your hair like that? I'm like, it's a wig. They're like, oh my God, what? It's a wig. So I love that. I want that for you guys. How do people find you to get these wigs? Because I have so many people wanting to know how to do this and how they get one of these for themselves.
So if you just go over to my Instagram, the one that I'm on here, my Bombshell Stylist K, you can either shop on the Instagram, or you can even just go to the link in my bio, click it. There'll be a bunch of options. Click the shop now. It's all there. I'm going to be, after this, applying the discount code for the rest of the month. So there's going to be 20% off. You can use Jody's code. It's going to be on there. I'll post it after this. I meant to do that earlier and I forgot. So the rest of the month, it's going to be 20% off instead of the regular. And if there's nothing on the website, send me a message. You can either do it through the website. At the bottom of the shop page, it'll say customization option, and you can send me an email. Sometimes with emails, I'll just give you my cell phone number later on because it's a little bit easier to communicate back and forth. But feel free to also send me a DM on Instagram if you want, or if you have any questions after this live too, then we can kind of chat on there and I can answer them as best as I can for you.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to drop that promo code, which is 20%, which is amazing because I know you don't do promotions very often. So it's great to be able to take a part of that and save that money if you want. Also, I know you do a lot with alopecia. So these wigs are literally for anybody who is suffering from hair loss, whether that's alopecia or just even some female pattern baldness, or somebody like you or I, we're like, let's just change our hair or make it look great. And I just woke up and got out of bed kind of idea. So I'll drop
literally.
Yeah, literally. I'll drop the code below. And I thank you guys so much for joining in. I hope you loved checking out how cool that is. And it's just accessible for everybody. So I think that is amazing.
It is. You put it in your silk bag and you go, especially for me after the gym. I don't have time to, you know, style my extensions after, or my hair, especially if it's sweaty, I stick it up in my wig cap and I'm out the door. And people's faces when I leave the gym are like,
it's really cute. Okay,
yeah.
so this is what it gets sent in, the silk bag, and then that's literally like what I throw it in. I put it in my purse, and it holds the curl. So I put it on, and then it always just looks how I styled it, which is usually just kind of a beachy wave. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys have had an amazing long weekend. Thank you so much, Kayla. And
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You can find her at Bombshell Stylist, and I'll give you guys all the information below. Also the discount code, so check it out, everybody.
I'm gonna go do that right now.
Okay, thanks you guys for tuning in. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.